Hello everybody, it's Mel. Thank you for joining me today for my Roll of Reads Readathon TBR. So yes, today I am doing my Roll of Reads Readathon TBR, which I am very excited about. If you are unsure what I'm talking about, I will link the announcement video for you in the description down below. But to give you a very brief rundown, Roll of Reads is my TBR game that I play every month. In March, because it's my birthday, so as a little birthday present to myself and you guys, I invite you all to play the game with me, and we have a readathon based around Roll of Reads, my TBR game, like I said. Also, as I said, I will link the announcement video with all the information that you need to join in the readathon, including the prompts, the game board, the fact sheet with all the information about how you play and what the prompts are and how you might interpret them. All of that is in the announcement video's description. So I forgot to mention in my announcement video that if you don't have the capacity or the means to actually play the game yourself, then, or don't want to, then please use my TBR game that you're about to watch. Use the prompts that I get in order to play the game. And as I said, the announcement video goes through everything that you will need to know. But for now, just know that it is a month-long readathon running throughout the entire month of March. And in order to join in, all you really need to do is play the game and then read the books. There is no punishment for not reading the books or anything like that. It's just a matter of having fun, joining the Discord, having some chats, joining some reading sprints, and just having a good time with it. But you can win a book. Two people can potentially win a book worth up to 25 Australian dollars if they do a TBR, like the one I'm about to do, where they play the game and they put that up on some form of social media. It could also be on the Discord if you don't have any social media where you want to put the game. Then throughout the month, as you read books, you can also enter those into the giveaway draw to potentially win a book. So that's all I'm going to say about the readathon. If you are interested, then like I said, I would suggest that you go and watch that video. That has all the information that you will need. Also, excitingly, there is merch. I have just finished putting it all together. There will be an announcement video which will have gone up by the time this goes up, so I will link that down below. I will link the store, both the Etsy store and the Bonfire store where you can get the merchandise. We'll have hoodies, t-shirts and some bookmarks, which I am super excited about. Big thank you to my friend Bianca because she created the designs. I will link her Instagram down below. You should definitely check her stuff out. Give her a message if you need any graphic design work because she's fantastic. But yeah, thank you so much, Bianca, and I'm super excited. Go check out that announcement video. Go check out the merch stores. Get yourself some swag. But yes, for today I'm going to be playing my game and picking out my reads for the month of March. So I play this readathon every single month, and normally I have punishments for whether I have or have not finished books or rewards, etc. But in the month of March I won't be having any of those because it's not something that is continued. It's just an isolated version of the game. The readathon has its own prompts, so I don't need to go through what books I've read in the month of February because they will all count for April. The only thing that I need to let you know about is that I am hoping to read Blood Over Brighthaven by M.L. Wang, which is the book club pick for Bethany from Beautifully Bookish Bethany's Patreon for the month of March. It sounds amazing. I have heard lots of people talk about it, so I'm hoping I'll be able to fit that into the TBR. And then I'm not sure what the buddy reads will be for Paige's Patreon, so they might have to be additional books if I can get to them because I don't think they've been chosen yet. Anything else that I need to tell you about? Buzzword. What is buzzword for this month? Let me just check. So I'm doing the cover challenge this year. This is all organised by Kayla from Books and Lala, so everybody I talk about is linked in the description below. But yes, she is doing the buzzword challenge and she has added a cover challenge, so it can be something on the cover as opposed to a word in the title. And this month I'm doing the cover challenge. This month it is books, so it has to have books on the cover. So we'll see how we go with that. We'll see how we go. But yes, that is all the things that I need to inform you of. So now we can just get straight into the game. I have already done the rolls, so you can go now and watch that, and then I'll let you know what I'm going to pick for. Okay, so let's place out the permanent prompts first. And I have already shuffled these, but we'll have a very quick little mini kind of not very good shuffle. Right, and place these out. Okay, roll number 1. 17. Set / published in the 1980s. Roll number 2. 11. Goodreads Choice Award winner. Okay, roll number 3 is a 6. A blind pick. Roll number 4. 18. Oh, I forgot to replace. Not that it matters for now, but it might do. A BIPOC author. And final roll is a 1, out of my comfort zone, and I need to pick a punishment. Re-roll a 20. Well, I didn't get in 20s, so I might actually pick another punishment. Just to make it interesting. Roll over an unread book. Alright, so yeah, that's the game. So, as you just saw, the first prompt that I got was set / published in the 1980s. So this one means I need to pick a book that is either set, so it can be historical fiction written now about something in the 1980s, or it can be published in the 1980s. So the book that I've actually decided to go with is a book from a series that was my favourite series when I was about 10 or 11. The Mystery of the Midnight Marauder. This is a Trixie Belden book, written by Catherine Kenny, and this was published, I think I just sneak in with this one, yes, published in 1980, so it just works. And yeah, these are mystery books. They are, I think they're contemporary to their time, so they're set in like the 70s and 80s, and it's a young adult fiction. It's about teenagers led by the character Trixie Belden, and they solve mysteries. It is set in the United States, and yeah, I used to love these books when I was a kid, like I said. So it says on the back, Trixie could see the street, outside alive with policemen. The figure stood stock still. A burly man hurried toward him. This time we've caught you, Mr. Midnight Marauder. Sergeant Mollinson sneered as he shone his flashlight into the intruder's white face, and Trixie saw that it was Mart. Mart is her twin brother. So yeah, like I said, used to love these as a kid. It's quite short. It's 211 pages long, and they're young adult, or actually they're probably middle grade. They read pretty fast. So that is the book I'm going to read for this prompt, and I'm looking forward to it because it is a little bit of a trip down memory lane. Then I got Goodreads Choice Award winner. So I'm going to have a look at my Goodreads and see what the options are. And I'll screen record and we can do that together. So, okay, we are screen recording. We're on Goodreads and you should see it here. I didn't specify that it has to be from last year or anything like that. So it could be any year, but I'm going to look at last year's first. So let's bring that up and have a look. Yeah, okay, we've got some interesting choices. So for fantasy, Somewhere Beyond the Sea by TJ Klune, which is definitely an option because I would like to read that book. I read The House on the Cerulean Sea not that long ago, and I enjoyed it, so I'd love to read that book. House of Flame and Shadow for Romantasy, unsurprisingly, was the winner last year. I could read that book, but the problem being that I think I need to read the Court of Silver Flame, and I haven't read that one yet, so that's not that's not on the cards. I am currently reading Ruthless Vows, so I could be cheeky and put that on for young adult winner. I have heard interesting things about The God of the Woods by Liz Moore, and I am intrigued by The Women by Kristen Hanna, but I would prefer to read the one I heard of hers first, which I'm supposed to do this month of February. I haven't started yet. We'll see. Let's look at 2023 winners, just in case. Alright, so I've read a few of these. I'm going to go back to 2024. It won't let me click on The God of the Woods, so we'll just go to a different page. Alright, let's see what it says. I'm intrigued by this one. Early morning, August 1975. Camp Counselor's Got an Empty Barn. That could be interesting. That sounds quite good. I've also heard good things about the Ministry of Time. Alright, time travel, romance, spy thriller, goodness, workplace comedy. In the near future, recently established government ministries gathering experts from across. I think that I'm either going to read Somewhere Beyond the Sea by T.J. Klune, which is the follow-up to The House on the Cerulean Sea, or just keep reading Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross, which is the second book in the, I think it's called the Letters of Enchantment or something like that series. Honestly, I'm leaning more towards just continuing with the book because that would make my life easier, but I am quite intrigued by Somewhere Beyond the Sea. So let me know in the comments below which one you think I should pick, but it'll be one of those, definitely. I'm going to be really annoying and not pick for now. I'm going to leave it a bit open just because I don't know how much is going to go. So in The House on the Cerulean Sea, we followed this social worker who worked traveling around to different orphanages where there were children who had special powers, and he travels to one in the Cerulean Sea, which is some of the most dangerous children with special powers, and this is the follow-up, and that's about as much as I know. And then Ruthless Vows is the second book in the series again. It's the duology, and we are following two characters. What are their names? Iris and Roman, and they live in a kind of fantasy version of the UK, and it is kind of a fantasy version of the First World War. They both work for a newspaper. They are rivals in the newspaper, and there is a war happening, and it's between two deities. And yeah, this is the second one that follows that story. I'm enjoying it. I think it's really great. I really enjoyed I really enjoyed what is wrong with me? I can't remember the first one. Divine Rivals, which is the first one. So yeah, it'll be one of those two. Alright, so prompt number 3, I got blind pick. So I'm gonna move you a little bit. Move the chair. So blind pick. I'm gonna spin myself around, and then I'm gonna spin myself around, and I'm gonna pick one of the books on here with my eyes closed. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so this is the first one. Oh my god, it's so thick. Okay. I'm going to cheat a bit and pick one that isn't quite so thick. We'll go with this one. Oh, okay. Wild and Wicked Things by Francesca May. Cool. Okay, so as you just saw, the book that I ended up choosing in that blind pick was Wild and Wicked Things by Francesca May. This is a fantasy book. It is set in the 1920s, and it is set on a place called Crow Island. Magic doesn't interest Annie Mason, not after it stole her future. She's on the island only to settle her late father's estate and hopefully reconnect with her long-absent best friend, Beatrice, who fled their dreary lives for a more glamorous one. Yet Crow Island is brimming with temptation and the most mesmerising, maybe her enigmatic new neighbour. So I think it sounds really, really interesting. I love the colour. I think that's gorgeous. But yeah, I'm excited to read this one. I'm glad that I got it on the TBR because I have been meaning to read this one for a while. And yeah, so I'm very excited about this one. I've heard good things. So that's my pick for... What did I even just say that it was my pick for? I have somehow lost that card. But anyway, blind pick. This is my blind pick. The next prompt that I got was BIPOC author, and that's fantastic because I'm going to put in Blood Over Bright Haven by M.L. Wang. So this is a standalone fantasy. I don't know very much about it, but I've heard some fantastic things. I have been hearing from a variety of different booktubers that it's amazing, so I'm very excited to read it and to finally join in, hopefully, on the discussion about this book because I keep missing the discussions. Yeah, so Blood Over Bright Haven is my choice for BIPOC author. And then finally I got a 1 and I got Out of Comfort Zone is the prompt. And then, as you know, I originally got Reroller 20, but it was the last prompt, so I decided to pick a different punishment and I got Rollover an Unread Book. So the book for that, I think, is going to be The Familiar by Leigh Bardugo. So in the month of February, I picked this one for Animal on the Cover. I've since rearranged things because I didn't finish a book in January, which I then swapped in for a different prompt. So I've taken this one out. So that means that it is a rollover book. So yeah, this will be my punishment book, my rollover book. I paused for a second there because I realized that I hadn't chosen the Out of Comfort book. So let me think about that one. But this is for punishment, which is Rollover an Unread Book. And then for the Out of Comfort prompt, I decided that you don't have to read a book that is like, I hate this genre, I'm never going to read this book. But it's something you don't read very often, however you want to interpret it. I'm going to interpret it as a genre that I don't very often reach for, a genre I don't very often end up reading, because I want to read Bono, or Surrender by Bono. So this is, it says 40 Songs, Our Story. So this is a book by Bono and it's about U2. And it's picking 40 of their songs and kind of talking about their experiences as a band through the lens of those songs. So it sounds like it could be really, really interesting. My parents bought me this for my birthday last year, so it's high time I read it. So kind of fitting that I'll read it in the birthday following, or for the birthday following. But yeah, I used to love, I still do like YouTube. I used to love YouTube when I was a teenager and a young adult, so I'm very, very excited to read it and see what I think of it. So yeah, that is my Out of Comfort Zone book. That's the game, those are the books, and that's pretty much everything. So let me go through the books quickly now and remind us all, and yeah. Okay, so here we have the TBR plus those few others. So first we got published or set in the 1980s, so I am going to read Trixie Belden and the Mystery of the Midnight Marauder. Then I got Goodreads Choice Award winner, and for this one I'm either going to finish off Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross or Somewhere Beyond the Sea by TJ Klune. Then I did a blind pick and I ended up picking Wild and Wicked Things by Francesca May. Then I got BIPOC author, and for that I'm going to read Blood Over Bright Haven by M.L. Wang. Then I got Out of My Comfort Zone, which I've chosen Surrender by Bono. And because that is a punishment square, I chose as my I picked a punishment, and the punishment that I got was a book rolled over, and I've gone with The Familiar by Leigh Bardugo. So this plus two others is my TBR for March. A little bit of a thick one, but at least this one will read quite quickly. I suspect The House on the Cerulean Sea will read quickly, and Ruthless Vows will read, well, I'm already halfway through. Blood Over Brighthaven is the one that it's very thick. This one's quite thick as well, but I think it'll read relatively quickly, and there's like 10 pages of photos in the middle. But Blood Over Brighthaven is a thick one, so we'll see how we go. But anyway, this is the TBR, like I said, plus those other 2 books. So that is everything I need to talk to you about today. Like I said, this is my TBR for my Roll of Reads readathon, so please do join if you haven't already. I would absolutely love to have you. Please go ahead and check out the announcement video. It has all the information that you will need and all the links to all of the cards and everything that you'll need to play the game. If you are going to play the game, please let me know. Please comment that below. Comment any thoughts you have about any of the books if you've read them or if you're planning to read them. If you'd like to leave me a comment but you don't know what, then leave me a dice emoji, because we roll the dice and the dice are kind of my logo-ish thing for the readathon. And yeah, that's everything from me today. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I would absolutely love it if you would subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. And yeah, like I said, thank you so much for joining me today. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time.